Before there was Melee, before there was Brothers, before Mario ever thought to smack Link upside the head for stealing his star power-up, there was Hello Kitty. This is Sanrio Smash Ball, the original Smash party game, all the way back on the Super Famicom. Now the story is, Hello Kitty is fed up with her friends. She decides to hold a tournament of the ages to prove which one is the best, and all the others get fired into the sun. Okay, I actually don't know what the story is, and to be honest, my entire knowledge of the entire Sanrio mythos begins with Hello Kitty, ends with Keroppi, and contains all of 2 files. No wait, I'm pretty sure Hello Kitty had a sister, and at one point Hello Kitty might have been played by Melissa Fawn. Alright, 4 articles. Awesome. Anyway, the story isn't all that relevant as it's just a fun little party game. Oddly enough, you don't get to play as Hello Kitty at all. She refs the entire game. Instead, you get to play as Keroppi, some raccoon, a fish man, and a child. The latter 3, I'm pretty sure were made entirely for this game. I might be wrong on that though. The gameplay itself is basically a mix between Breakout and Windjammers. And you probably just went to Wikipedia to figure out what the hell Windjammers is. It was an awesome Neo Geo Frisbee game. Essentially, you have this little frisbee flying around in the center of the room. Your job is to hit the frisbee into your opponent's goal, which is covered by blocks. Every time the frisbee comes into contact with a block, it'll wear it down or break it. Once you finally manage to get past the blocks, you earn a point. First person to 3 points wins a game. The gameplay itself is fairly simple. You can move your character all over the field, provided there aren't red X's over the field where you can't enter. You can hit targets to your right, which will send them to the right. You can hit them with your left, which will send them to your left. And you can charge your ability, which will fire the frisbee off at super speeds. And if it rebounds against anything, you'll hit it again, a few times. This is sort of the secret weapon of Sanrio Smash Ball, charging up your super attack and figuring out when to use it. There's also power-ups hidden in some of the blocks. Some of them give you instant super ability, others completely destroy your opponent's blocks. So they're very useful if you pick them up, but it's sort of a risk-reward thing as well, because if you pick them up, you have to ignore going after the frisbee. And if you ignore going after the frisbee, you might lose a round and have to start all over again. And in the end, that's the gameplay. It's fairly simple. You've got 4 playable characters. There's a few extra that you can't play as, which I assume are like boss characters. And in single player, you are given a bunch of levels to play through. Some have more stage hazards than others are more basic, but the neat thing is, gameplay tends to go one of 2 ways in this game. A match can either be ended within a matter of seconds, or it can go on for minutes, and by the end of it you have like no blocks guarding your goal, neither does your opponent, and it gets really tense. And while it might not seem like it, it does get you on the edge of your seat, full of excitement, because it is tense and really, as soon as you make one slip up, you've lost. The overall presentation of the game is really just sort of average. The characters have a little bit of personality each with their victory and losing animations, but beyond that there's not really much to them to differentiate them. There's a few different skins of each level, although they do get repeated a bunch of times in the story mode. The audio presentation is not particularly good, to be honest. Outside of the menus, there's like no soundtrack, like at all. All the music comes from the menus, so all the background music you're listening to right now, I had to record while paused in a menu for 20 minutes. Fun. Inside gameplay, all you have is the sound of the frisbee rebounding off of bits of wall, as well as power-ups being activated. Beyond that, there's not really anything interesting on the audio front. Now, Sanrio Smash Ball is, at the end of the day, an import title. This is the only way you'll be able to play it. For an import, it's a little bit more expensive, sitting at the $15 to $30 range, but it's still fairly affordable, and it is a ton of fun. The nice thing is, because it is, and I use this term very loosely, a sports game, you don't need to understand the language at all to understand it. Like, there's some menu stuff, but beyond that, there's really nothing you need to know. It utilizes a very easy to understand 4-digit password system, and is a relatively well-polished game. I think that, in the end, Sanrio World Smash Ball is a game worth picking up, especially if you're into having a couch co-op party type thing. Because that's what this game was made for. It was made for playing with a friend on the couch, not necessarily going up against a computer. Don't get me wrong, you can do it and the computer can put up a decent fight, but I think being able to punch the guy sitting next to you for scoring that last goal would make this game far better. Still, as an import and as a Super Famicom title, this game is highly recommended.